Dr. Alex Thompson was having the worst day of his life. The heating system at the research station broke down again, and the blizzard outside was getting stronger by the hour. He was completely alone at the Antarctic base, studying tiny creatures that somehow lived in the freezing ice. Alex was 32 years old and had spent most of his adult life in remote places, far from crowds and cities. He liked it that way. People were complicated. Science was simple and honest. That morning, while checking his equipment near the old ice drilling site, something caught his eye. There was a strange metallic gleam deep in the ice wall. At first, he thought it might be an old research tool someone had dropped years ago. But as he looked closer, the shape seemed to smooth, to perfect. What the heck is that? He muttered to himself, his breath forming clouds in the freezing air. He grabbed his ice-melting tools and started working carefully around the object. Hours passed. The wind howled outside, but Alex was too curious to stop. As more ice melted away, he realized this wasn't any human-made object. The metal had a weird shimmer to it, like oil on water, and the curves were unlike anything he had ever seen. Then he heard a sound that made his blood freeze, not from cold, but from pure fear. It was a soft tapping, coming from inside the metal thing. Tap, 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 like someone trying to get out. Alex stumbled backward, nearly dropping his tools. His heart was beating so fast he could hear it in his ears. "This is impossible," he whispered. "This is completely impossible." The tapping continued, getting weaker. Someone or something was trapped inside, and by the sound of it, they were running out of time. Alex had two choices: run back to the station and pretend he never saw anything, or help whatever was inside. His scientific curiosity won over his fear. He grabbed his cutting tools and started working on what looked like a door panel. After 20 minutes of careful work, something clicked. A section of the wall slid open with a soft hiss, and warm air flowed out. Alex jumped back, ready to run if something dangerous came out. Instead, a young woman stumbled out and collapsed in the snow. Alex stared in shock. She looked human, but something was different. Her skin had a slight silver shine to it, and her hair was pure white despite her looking like she was in her 20s. She was wearing clothes made of a material he had never seen before, and she was clearly hurt. "Hey, are you okay?" Alex called out, keeping his distance. The woman tried to sit up but fell back down. She looked at him with eyes that were larger than normal human eyes, and they had flecks of gold in them. She opened her mouth and made sounds that weren't quite words. Then, something incredible happened. Alex heard her voice in his head, not through his ears. "Help, please, I am hurt." Alex blinked hard. Did I just hear you in my mind?" The woman nodded weakly. "I can share thoughts. It is how my people speak to others not like us." Every logical part of Alex's brain told him to run. This was beyond anything science could explain. But the woman was clearly in pain, and she needed help. His medical training kicked in, and he found himself kneeling beside her in the snow. "I'm Alex," he said out loud. "I'm going to help you, but I need to get you somewhere warm first." "Luna," she replied, both out loud and in his mind. Her spoken English was broken and hesitant. "My name." "Luna." Alex helped her stand and slowly walked her back to the research station. She was surprisingly light, and her skin felt warm despite the freezing temperature. Once inside, he set her down on the medical examination table and started checking her injuries. She had several cuts and what looked like burns on her arms. As he cleaned and bandaged her wounds, Luna watched him with those strange, beautiful eyes. "You are kind," she said in his mind. "My people spoke truth about humans. Some have good hearts. Your people?" Alex asked, trying to keep his voice steady. "Where are you from?" Luna was quiet for a moment. Then she looked toward the ceiling, toward the sky. "Very far. We have watched your world, but we do not make contact. It is forbidden." Over the next few hours, Luna's strength returned. She explained that she was a scout from a peaceful civilization that lived among the stars. Her ship had problems during a routine observation mission, and she crashed into the ice. "I was supposed to fix my ship and leave quickly," she explained. but the crash damaged too many systems. I cannot call for help, and I cannot fly home. Alex found himself fascinated by everything she told him. She spoke of worlds with purple skies, cities that floated in the clouds, and people who could live for hundreds of years. It sounded like science fiction, but Luna was real, sitting right in front of him. How long until someone comes looking for you? Alex asked. Luna's expression grew sad. My people will think I am lost. They will not come to this world without permission from their leaders. That could take many months, maybe longer. As the hours passed, Alex found himself enjoying Luna's company. She was curious about everything, his research, his life. Even simple things like how the coffee machine worked. When she smiled, her skin shimmered slightly, like sunlight on water. Alex, she said as they shared dinner that evening. Why do you live alone in this cold place? He thought about it for a moment. I guess I never fit in well with other people. Science makes sense to me. People, not so much. Luna nodded. I understand. I'm also different from others of my kind. They chose me for scouting because I'm curious about other worlds. Most of my people prefer to stay home. That night, as Alex lay in his bed listening to the wind outside, he realized his life had just become incredibly complicated. He was harboring an alien refugee, and somehow that didn't scare him as much as it should have. For the first time in years, he wasn't alone, and despite everything that had happened, that felt pretty good. 3 weeks had passed since Alex found Luna in the ice. What started as a rescue mission had turned into something he never expected, a partnership. Every morning, they would walk together to her crashed ship, carrying tools and equipment to try fixing the damage. Luna was incredibly smart. She understood technology in ways that amazed Alex. But her ship was built with materials and systems completely unknown to Earth science. It was like trying to fix a computer with Stone Age tools. This power cell is completely dead, Luna said one morning, holding up a crystal-like object that glowed faintly blue. Without it, I cannot even send a message to my people. Alex examined the crystal carefully. It was warm to the touch and seemed to pulse with its own rhythm. What makes it work? He asked. It collects energy from, how do you say, the space between stars. But the crash damaged the collectors. Luna pointed to twisted metal pieces that once looked elegant and smooth. They had been working on the ship every day, and Alex was learning more about Luna's world. Her people called themselves the Star Wanderers, and they had been traveling between worlds for thousands of years. They were peaceful explorers who studied different planets and life forms. We have a rule, Luna explained as they shared lunch. Inside the ship, we never interfere with developing worlds. We watch, we learn, but we do not make contact. So why are you telling me all this? Alex asked. Luna was quiet for a moment. Her skin shimmered slightly, which Alex had learned meant she was thinking deeply. Because you saved my life, and because I trust you. That afternoon, Luna managed to get the ship's communication system partially working. She could detect signals from space, but she couldn't send any messages out. What she heard made her face go pale. What's wrong? Alex asked, seeing her expression. My people, they think I'm dead. The council has marked my mission as failed. Luna's voice was shaky. They will not send anyone to look for me. What does that mean? It means I'm on my own. Maybe forever. Alex felt a strange pain in his chest. The thought of Luna being stranded forever should have worried him, but part of him was secretly glad she might stay. Over the past 3 weeks, she had become the best friend he had ever had. Luna was different from anyone he had ever met. She was curious about everything, asked thoughtful questions, and had a way of making even boring research work feel exciting. When she laughed, which was often, her whole face lit up and her skin sparkled like stars. Maybe that's not such a bad thing, Alex said quietly. Luna looked at him with those golden-flecked eyes. What do you mean? I mean, maybe you could stay. At least until we figure out how to fix your ship properly, Alex. I cannot ask you to help me for months or maybe years. You have your own life. Alex laughed. What life? I spend most of my time alone. talking to ice samples, and writing reports nobody reads since you've been here. I've learned more about the universe than I did in 10 years of school. It was true. Luna had taught him about star navigation, energy crystals, and life forms that existed in ways he never imagined. She had also taught him about her culture, where cooperation was more important than competition, and where taking care of others was the highest honor. There is something else, Luna said hesitantly. Something I should tell you about my people. What? We form very strong bonds with those we trust, stronger than humans do. When we spend time with someone and share experiences, it creates a connection that is hard to break. Alex nodded. I think I understand. I feel the same way. No, Alex, you do not understand. For my people, these bonds are permanent. Once formed, we cannot simply forget or move on. It becomes part of who we are. Alex thought about this over the past weeks. He had found himself thinking about Luna even when she wasn't around. He looked forward to their conversations, worried about her when she seemed sad, and felt genuinely happy when she smiled. Is that what's happening to us? He asked. Luna nodded slowly. I believe so. My people would say we are becoming bonded. It is very rare between different species. Is that bad? I do not know. It has never happened before. That evening, as they worked on repairing the ship's navigation system, Alex realized something important. He didn't care if Luna was from another world or if their friendship was unusual. She made him feel like he belonged somewhere for the first time in his life. Luna, he said as they packed up their tools for the day. Yes? Whatever happens with your ship, whatever your people decide, I want you to know that meeting you has been the best thing that ever happened to me. Luna stopped what she was doing and looked at him. Her skin shimmered brightly, cycling through colors Alex had never seen before. Alex Thompson, she said formally, among my people. When someone saves your life and shows you such kindness, it creates a debt that can never be repaid. But more than that, you have shown me what it means to have a true friend. As they walked back to the research station under the star-filled Antarctic sky, Alex realized his life had changed forever. He was no longer just a lonely scientist studying ice. He was part of something bigger, something that connected to different worlds. The only question now was, what would happen when Luna's people finally came looking for her? 2 more months had passed at the research station. Alex and Luna had settled into a comfortable routine. Every morning they worked on her ship. Every afternoon Alex continued his research with Luna's help, and every evening they shared stories about their different worlds. Luna had become fascinated with Earth culture. She loved watching old movies on Alex's laptop, especially romantic comedies that made her laugh until her skin sparkled like diamonds. Alex had never been much for romance movies, but seeing Luna's joy made them somehow entertaining. I do not understand, Luna said one evening as they watched a movie about a couple who kept missing each other. Why do these humans make love so complicated? If two people care for each other, why not simply say so? Alex paused the movie. I guess humans are afraid of getting hurt. Love makes us vulnerable. My people do not fear this vulnerability. We see it as strength. How so? Luna thought for a moment. When you open your heart to someone, you become more than what you were alone. Yes, you can be hurt, but you can also experience joy that would be impossible by yourself. Alex had been thinking about this a lot lately. His feelings for Luna had grown beyond friendship, but he didn't know how to express them. She was from another world, with customs and ways of thinking he barely understood. What if he misread their connection? The next morning, Luna woke up feeling sick. She was pale, and her usual shimmer was almost gone. Alex immediately went into doctor mode, checking her temperature and asking about her symptoms. I feel strange, Luna said weakly. Tired, but also different inside. This has never happened to me before. Alex helped her to the medical examination table and started running basic tests. Her heart rate was faster than normal, and her body temperature was slightly elevated. But the strangest thing was a new energy reading coming from her midsection. Luna, I'm picking up some kind of biological activity in your abdomen. Do you have any idea what that could be? Luna sat up slowly, her eyes wide with shock. That should be impossible. What should be impossible? Luna's skin began cycling through colors rapidly, something Alex had learned. Meant she was extremely agitated. Alex, I need to use my ship's medical scanner. Now, they rushed to the crash site, Luna moving as fast as her weakened state would allow. Inside the ship, she activated a device that looked like a glowing blue tablet. She held it over her stomach, and the device began making soft musical tones. Luna stared at the readings for a long time. Then she started crying. Luna, what's wrong? What does it say? Alex, she whispered, I'm carrying a child. Alex felt like the world had stopped spinning. A child? But how is that possible? I do not know. This has never happened between our species before. My people believed it was impossible. Luna's voice was shaking. But according to this scanner, the child carries genetic patterns from both of us. Alex sat down heavily on one of the ship's chairs. His mind was racing. When our bond formed, could that have somehow? My people can adapt to form connections with other species. But this, Luna looked at the scanner again. This is beyond anything we thought possible. For several minutes, they sat in silence. Then Luna began sobbing harder. Luna, what's wrong? Are you hurt? Is the baby okay? The baby is healthy, she said through her tears. But Alex, you do not understand what this means for me, for both of us. Then help me understand. Luna wiped her eyes and looked at him. In my culture, bringing a child into existence without a proper life bond is considered shameful. And a child that is half human, half star wanderer, my people will see this as forbidden. What kind of life bond? What you humans call marriage. A permanent commitment between two people to share their lives and raise their children together. Alex's heart started beating faster. And if you don't have this bond, I would be cast out from my people. The child would be seen as an outcast. 2. We would have no place in my world, but you'd still have a place here, on Earth. Luna shook her head. Alex, you do not understand the full situation. When my people eventually come looking for me, they will find out about the child. If there is no proper bond, they will demand I return for what they call correction procedures. What does that mean? Luna's skin turned a dark blue color that Alex had never seen before. They would try to remove the human elements from the child. It could kill both of us. Alex felt anger rising in his chest. They can't do that. I won't let them. You could not stop them, Alex. They have technology far beyond Earth's capabilities. Alex stood up and began pacing around the small ship. His mind was working frantically, trying to find a solution. Then he stopped and looked at Luna. What if we did form this life bond? What if we got married? Luna looked up at him with surprise. Alex, you cannot mean that. You would only be doing it to protect me and the child. No, Luna, that's not true. Alex knelt down in front of her and took her hands in his. They were warm and soft, and they trembled slightly as he held them. Luna, over these past months, you've become the most important person in my life. I look forward to seeing you every morning. I worry about you when you're sad. I feel proud when you accomplish something. I've never felt this way about anyone before. Alex, I'm not proposing just to protect you. I'm proposing because I love you. I love your curiosity about everything. I love how you make me laugh. I love how you see the good in everyone and everything. I love how your skin sparkles when you're happy. Luna's skin began shimmering brightly, cycling through beautiful colors. Are you sure? She asked quietly. Being bonded to me means your life will never be normal. You'll be connected to someone from another world, raising a child that's never existed before. Alex smiled. Luna, my life stopped being normal the day I found you in the ice, and I wouldn't change any of it. Luna threw her arms around him, and Alex felt a warm sensation flow through his entire body. For a moment, it felt like their thoughts and emotions were completely connected. Yes, Alex Thompson, Luna whispered. I will bond my life to yours. As they held each other in the damaged ship, Alex realized they had just made a decision that would change not just their lives, but possibly the relationship between two entire worlds. The question now was, would Luna's people accept their bond, or would they see it as an act of war? Alex and Luna decided to have their bonding ceremony right away. They couldn't wait and risk Luna's people arriving before they were properly married. Luna taught Alex the Star Wanderer traditions, while Alex shared human wedding customs with her. They held the ceremony inside Luna's ship at sunset. Luna wore a simple white dress that Alex had ordered online, while Alex wore his best suit. Luna's skin glowed with soft golden light as she spoke the ancient words of her people. Alex repeated human wedding vows that he had written himself. I promise to love and protect you across any distance, through any challenge, for as long as I live, Alex said, placing a simple gold ring on Luna's finger. Luna's response was even more beautiful. I bind my life to yours, my heart to your heart, my future to your future. May the stars witness our bond and guide our path together. When they kissed, Alex felt that same warm sensation flow through his body, but stronger than ever before. For a moment, he could actually feel Luna's emotions as if they were his own, her joy, her love, and her hope for their future together. The next morning, everything changed. Alex was making breakfast when Luna suddenly stood up from the table, her skin turning bright silver. Alex, she whispered, they are here. Who's here? My people. 3 ships, coming fast. Within minutes, Alex could see them through the research station windows. 3 sleek vessels, each one larger than Luna's scout ship, descended from the clouds and landed near the crash site. They were beautiful and terrifying at the same time. What do we do? Alex asked. We face them together, Luna said, taking his hand. Remember, we are bonded now. They cannot separate us without breaking laws that are older than your civilization. A group of beings emerged from the ships. They looked similar to Luna, but taller, with more formal clothing and serious expressions. Their leader was a woman with silver hair and skin that seemed to be made of starlight. Luna of the 7th house, the leader called out as they approached. You have violated the sacred laws of non-interference. Commander Stella, Luna replied. Her voice steady despite her nervousness. I crashed and was rescued. I followed survival protocols. You have done more than survive. Our sensors detect genetic mixing. You have created a hybrid offspring with a primitive species. Alex stepped forward, anger rising in his chest. Hey, who are you calling primitive? Commander Stella looked at Alex as if seeing him for the first time. The human speaks. Interesting. Most developing species cower when they first meet us. I'm not most humans, Alex said firmly. And Luna isn't just some crew member to me. She's my wife. A murmur went through the group of Star Wanderers. Commander Stella's eyes widened slightly. Impossible. You cannot be bonded to this creature. Luna stepped forward, her skin blazing with bright colors. We performed the ancient bonding ritual yesterday. Alex Thompson is my chosen mate, bonded under the old laws that even you must respect. Commander, show me. Commander Stella demanded. Luna held up her hand, and her wedding ring began to glow with the same energy as her ship's crystals. Alex felt his own ring grow warm on his finger. The bond is real. One of the other Star Wanderers said in amazement. I can sense the life connection between them. Commander Stella circled around Alex and Luna, studying them carefully. This complicates matters significantly. The Council of Worlds sent me to retrieve you and eliminate any evidence of contact with this planet. But if you are truly bonded, the old laws protect bonded pairs from separation, Luna said firmly. Even the Council cannot break a life bond once it is formed. What about the hybrid child? The child is protected under the same laws. A bonded pair's offspring cannot be harmed without just cause. Commander Stella was quiet for a long time. Finally, she looked at Alex. Human, do you understand what you have done? By bonding with one of us, you have created a diplomatic incident that could affect entire star systems. Alex felt his knees shaking, but he kept his voice steady. I married the woman I love. If that causes problems for your politics, that's not my fault. Your fault or not, we must now decide what to do with both of you. There's another option, Luna said suddenly. Alex and I could serve as the first official ambassadors between our peoples. Our child could be the bridge that finally brings our worlds together. Absolutely not. The Council would never approve direct contact with Earth. Then maybe it's time for your council to change, Alex said. Luna has told me about your people. You're explorers, scientists, peacekeepers. But you're also afraid. You're so worried about protecting developing worlds that you never give them a chance to grow. You know nothing about our responsibilities, human. I know that Luna has spent months learning about Earth culture, and she's made us both better. I know that our child will be something new and wonderful that neither of our species could create alone. And I know that hiding from each other isn't making either of our worlds stronger. Commander Stella studied Alex for a long moment. Then, she looked at Luna, who was glowing brighter than Alex had ever seen her. You really believe this union could benefit both our peoples? I do, Luna said. Alex has shown me that humans are ready for contact. They're curious, brave, and capable of great love. Our child will be proof that different species can not only coexist, but thrive together. And you, human, are you prepared for the consequences of becoming the first of your kind to officially make contact with an alien civilization? Alex looked at Luna, then at their joined hands, then back at Commander Stella. Commander, 6 months ago I was a lonely scientist who thought he'd spend his whole life alone. Now I'm married to the most amazing woman in the universe, and we're going to have a baby who will grow up knowing that the cosmos is full of wonders we can't even imagine yet. He squeezed Luna's hand tighter. If that means I have to help change the relationship between two worlds, then that's what I'll do. But I'm not doing it alone. Luna and I are partners now, in everything. Commander Stella smiled for the first time since arriving. Very well. I will contact the Council and present your proposal. But understand this, if they reject the idea of formal contact, you will both be relocated to a neutral world where you can live in peace without affecting either of our civilizations. And if they accept, Luna asked, then you will become the most important couple in the history of both our species. As the Star Wanderer ships prepared to leave, Commander Stella pulled Luna aside for a private conversation. Alex couldn't hear what they were saying, but he saw Luna's skin cycle through many different colors before settling on a warm golden glow. What did she tell you? Alex asked when Luna returned to his side. She said that what we have done is either the most foolish or the most brave thing anyone has ever attempted. She also said that she hopes we succeed, because she believes our peoples have much to learn from each other. That night, as they lay together in their bed at the research station, Alex stared up at the stars through the window. Are you scared? Luna asked softly. Terrified, Alex admitted, but also excited. We're about to become parents, and we might be starting a new era of peace between our worlds. That's pretty incredible. Luna snuggled closer to him. Whatever happens, we face it together. Together, Alex agreed. And for the first time since the ships arrived, he felt truly peaceful. 3 months later, Alex received a message that would change everything. Commander Stella's voice came through Luna's repaired communication system. With news from the Council of Worlds, after much debate, the Council has reached a decision. Your bonding has been officially recognized, and your proposal for ambassadorial contact has been approved on a trial basis. Alex and Luna looked at each other with excitement and relief. However, Commander Stella continued, there are conditions. You will both serve as official ambassadors between Earth and the Star Wanderer civilization. Your child will be raised with full knowledge of both cultures, and Earth's governments must agree to the arrangement. What about secrecy? Alex asked. I thought your people wanted to keep Earth contact hidden. Times change, Alex Thompson. Your bonding has proven that our species can coexist peacefully. The Council believes it is time for Earth to take its place among the community of worlds. The next few weeks were a whirlwind of activity. Government officials from around the world arrived at the research station. Scientists, diplomats, and military leaders all wanted to meet Luna and learn about her people. Luna handled it all with grace and patience. She answered thousands of questions, demonstrated her technology, and slowly convinced even the most skeptical officials that the Star Wanderers came in peace. Your wife is remarkable, Dr. Patricia Wilson, the lead scientist from the United Nations, told Alex one day she's managed to calm fears that could have led to panic or war. Alex watched Luna explaining star navigation to a group of fascinated astronomers. Her skin was cycling through gentle blues and greens, colors that meant she was happy and comfortable. "She's the strongest person I know," Alex said proudly. The formal treaty signing took place on a beautiful spring day at the research station. Representatives from Earth's major nations stood alongside Commander Stella and several other Star Wanderer officials. Alex and Luna signed as the first official ambassadors from both species. Today marks the beginning of a new era, the Secretary General of the United Nations said during the ceremony. "Thanks to the courage and love of two remarkable individuals, humanity is no longer alone in the universe." But the most important moment came later that evening, when Luna went into labor. Dr. Wilson and a Star Wanderer medical expert worked together to help deliver the baby. Alex held Luna's hand through the entire process, amazed by her strength and courage. When their daughter was finally born, the room fell silent with wonder. Little Hope Thompson was the most beautiful baby Alex had ever seen. She looked mostly human, but her skin had a subtle shimmer like her mother's, and her eyes held flecks of gold and silver that seemed to sparkle with their own light. "She's perfect," Alex whispered, tears streaming down his face. Luna smiled tiredly as she held their daughter. "She is the first of her kind, a child of two worlds." Commander Stella approached the bed carefully. "May I?" she asked. Luna nodded, and the Star Wanderer leader gently touched Hope's tiny hand. The baby's skin immediately began glowing with soft, rainbow colors. "Incredible." Commander Stella breathed. "She already shows signs of advanced empathic abilities. This child will be able to understand and connect with beings from any world." Over the following months, Alex and Luna settled into their new roles as ambassadors and parents. They moved to a specially built facility that served as both their home and the official embassy between Earth and the Star Wanderer civilization. Hope grew quickly, showing remarkable intelligence and curiosity about everything around her. She babbled in both human languages and Star Wanderer tonal patterns. When she laughed, which was often, her skin would sparkle like starlight. "She's going to change the world," Luna said one evening as they watched Hope play with toys that had been sent from both Earth and the Star Wanderer homeworld. "Look how easily she accepts differences. To her, having friends from different species will be completely normal." Alex nodded, watching their daughter stack blocks that glowed different colors when touched. "She'll grow up in a universe full of possibilities we can't even imagine." 1 year after first contact, Alex stood in front of the United Nations General Assembly, delivering his annual report as Earth's first alien ambassador. "When I first met Luna, I was a lonely scientist who thought I understood the limits of what was possible," he told the assembled delegates. "Today, my daughter took her first steps while speaking words in 3 different languages, including one that didn't exist on Earth a year ago." He looked out at the audience, which included both human officials and visiting Star Wanderers. "Love brought our species together, but it's cooperation, curiosity, and mutual respect that will keep us united. My family is proof that different worlds can create something beautiful together." After his speech, Alex returned home to find Luna teaching Hope how to make her skin change colors. Their daughter giggled with delight as rainbow patterns flowed across her tiny hands. "How did the speech go?" Luna asked, looking up with a smile. "Good. The cultural exchange program got approved. Next year, the first human students will study on Star Wanderer worlds, and their students will come here. Hope will have playmates from across the galaxy," Luna said happily. That night, as they put Hope to bed, Alex reflected on how much his life had changed. 2 years ago, he had been alone in the Antarctic, studying ice samples and writing reports no one read. Now he was a husband, father, and the bridge between two civilizations. "Do you ever miss your old life?" Luna asked as they walked to their bedroom. Alex considered the question seriously. "Sometimes I miss the simplicity, but I wouldn't trade what we have for anything. You and Hope are the best things that ever happened to me." Luna's skin glowed with warm golden light. "And you saved not just my life, but my entire future. Because of you, I found love, became a mother, and helped bring two worlds together." As they looked out their window at the stars, Alex saw something that would have seemed impossible just 2 years ago. Star Wanderer ships moved peacefully through Earth's sky alongside human aircraft, carrying diplomats, scientists, and students eager to learn from each other. "What do you think Hope's future will look like?" Alex asked. Luna smiled. "I think she'll grow up in a universe where the distance between stars matters less than the connections between hearts. She'll have friends on 100 different worlds, and she'll help teach them all that love is the one language every species can understand." Alex pulled Luna closer and kissed the top of her head. "I love you, Mrs. Thompson, and I love you, my brave human husband." In the next room, Hope slept peacefully, her skin glowing softly with colors that represented the best of both her worlds. She was living proof that the universe was full of infinite possibilities, and that sometimes the most extraordinary love stories begin with the simplest act of kindness. Their story had started with a crash in the ice and a plea for help. It had become something far greater, a testament to the power of love to bridge any gap, overcome any obstacle, and create hope for the future. Alex Thompson had once been a lonely scientist studying extremophiles in Antarctica. Now he was the father of the future, married to a woman from the stars, and proof that the most important discoveries happen not in laboratories, but in the human heart.